What is going on, everybody? Welcome tonight to the Sin City 175 here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway here in the Xtreme Xfinity Series in the Original Rebels Racing League. We have 115 laps tonight here for you around this mile-and-a-half track. We're going to pull up your race information. 69 degrees is going to be the track temperature tonight. And we have, let me check, about 30 drivers here in tonight's race, 32. So it's going to be a very competitive race coming off of a fun race last week at the Rockingham. So these guys looking to back that fun. We've really had two fun races to start off the season, and these guys are trying to make it three here tonight at Las Vegas as qualifying is underway. So we're going to go ahead and hop over to that. Tanner Marr here in that Butt Kicker 08 machine. Really the first two tracks this season with iRacing Super Speedway and Rockingham, we've had two tough tracks for these drivers to go to. So Las Vegas, probably a breath of fresh air for these guys to relax a little bit, not have to worry about, going around a mile and length track that's really tough, or again, like a 3.5 mile super speedway. So a mile and a half, what these guys are used to seeing, and I imagine they're going to enjoy it tonight because we have another tough race ahead of us next week, I believe, at the Milwaukee Mile. So they're going to take it in while they can. Tanner Marr qualifies in the third position with that lap. Garrett Kinder on the pole spot so far. Here is Joshua Sexton. I believe this is his first lap, so we're going to see, actually, this is his second lap, as Sexton is sixth fastest so far, and going across the start-finish line for his second lap. He will move up to third. He'll take that away from Jamie Barkas. Oh, Mike Hornbeck moves him down to the fourth position with that. As you see, these drivers really trying to get down to that white line in the turn. Maybe touch the apron a little bit there, Paisley did. But yeah, you see primarily these guys just want to get down to that white line to help that car turn. And on the apron, Jeff Paisley across the line will qualify in the top five, fifth position so far. Josh the Jet Oswald on track, going to put down his qualifying laps in that Chevy Camaro. As still Garrett Kinder in that pole spot with a 30.588. So he maintains that spot. And only a couple of people now remaining can take it away from him as we're getting later into qualifying. Josh Oswald, one of them, Logan Sturgeon as well. He moves up to the fourth spot. We'll see if he has a second lap or not. Looks like Oswald running the high line on his first lap to set up that second lap. So he's all dependent on this second lap, and we're going to see if he can execute. He runs that middle line a little bit more than we saw Paisley. He ran the bottom, very bottom, as Josh Oswald maybe sticking to the middle of the track a little bit more. As you see, he's in that second groove. Let's see how that works out for him as he's going to cross the start-finish line here, a clean lap. So he's going to be able to put this lap down, and that'll move him up to ninth. So Josh Oswald should be starting inside the top 10, but we do have some people left to qualify. Joe Buscemi, one of them. Joey in that JBR machine. First lap has him 23rd fastest. We're going to see what he's able to lie down on this second lap. Maybe depending on the second lap, just like Oswald. So it all has to go well for him, and we're going to see how it works out. All he has to do is get through 3 and 4 cleanly in order for this lap to count, or, you know, you don't want to spin out at a 4 and ruin that second lap. And Buscemi will qualify 10th, right behind Josh Oswald. Jason Warren on track, as there's 10 minutes of qualifying. We're 6 minutes and 30 seconds through, so we still have about 10 drivers yet to qualify, so they still have time to lay down those qualifying laps. Yeah, if you guys were here last week for that race at Rockingham, you know that was a fantastic race, and I definitely think these guys can back that up. If you can have a 74-lap run at a place like Rockingham, I believe they could go the whole race green here at Las Vegas. But you know, some certain circumstances can stop that from happening, obviously. But at such a tough track like that, to make that happen, it's extremely possible. We could get more long green flag runs here at Las Vegas. A lot easier of a track to run at than Rockingham. Warren usually fast anywhere he goes, so we're going to see that first qualifying lap. Looks like he was running that higher end, or higher groove, so first lap not going to matter much. It's all about the second lap. Looks like he got a little loose. That's going to affect that lap for sure. And there, into the wall. And that first lap, that's what we talk about. That's the danger of putting everything that you need in order to qualify well on that second lap. That's a lot of pressure, and if you mess up that second lap, that first lap that was not so great because you ran the high line is going to come back to hurt you, as Jason Warren is going to have to start this race at least from 21st. But and Zach Wilson just as well. Two fast drivers, Jason Warren and Zach Wilson, both run that high line to set up the first lap, or the second lap from the first lap, and both mess up on their second lap. And I don't assume that Zach Wilson's going to be able to move up at all from where he is right now after getting loose out of the turn. Nope, he will start at least 26th. So Jason Warren 21st, Zach Wilson 26th in this race. So, man, we have a couple of fast guys that are going to have to work their way through the field tonight after kind of messing up those second laps. And while nobody is out on track qualifying, we'll go ahead and pull up the schedule. As I said, next week we go to the Milwaukee Mile for 125 laps at that track. That's going to be another tough race for these guys. So, and then Bristol. So Milwaukee, Bristol, Rockingham, and iRacing Super Speedway to start off the season. Not too easy. And then we head to Atlanta, Iowa, Dover, IRP, Gateway, Michigan, Indianapolis, Talladega, Charlotte, Homestead, Kansas, and finishing out the season June 18th on the Daytona Road Course for 35 laps around that tricky 3.6-mile track. And then we start the playoffs, the round of 12 from Dover, Kentucky in North Wilkesboro. And then easily the toughest 3 races in the playoffs, Darlington, Talladega, and Richmond, 1, 2, 3. So you're going to definitely want to pay attention to those 3 races, because obviously the 3 before it and the one after it are important in the playoffs, but Darlington, Talladega, and Richmond are all very tough tracks, and to run those 1, 2, 3 in that round of 8 is going to be tough. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it. And then, like I said, Phoenix to finish out the year for the championship 4. And obviously, we're a long way away from the playoffs, and literally could have zero clue who's going to make that championship 4. So we won't have to worry about that for a while. As Garrett Kinder gets the pole spot here tonight. We're gonna pull him in. He might not be expecting it, but we're gonna do it. Hey Garrett, Zach in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll make this quick because you're off and rolling, but you got the pole spot tonight, and take us through how you're going to try to handle the lead, and are you going to try to save tires, or is it necessary that you keep that lead here early?
I'm just scared to death to burn off my right rear here, so I'm definitely going to be trying to save a little bit of tire at the same time, not lose all my track position. We'll see how it plays out. I know tires are pretty important here. Further it goes on the run, seems like the speed moves further up the track. Eventually, I'll explain to see some people run all the way up the wall, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, congrats on the pole tonight. Good luck.
Thanks, bud.
All right, that was your pole sitter, Garrett Kinder. And, yeah, so you heard him. He's going to try to save that right rear tire, and we're going to see how everybody managed that tonight. I mentioned we're probably going to get our fair share of green flag runs. This is a good track to do it. And if we're going to have those long green flag runs, you definitely need to be saving that right rear and right front altogether. You just need to try to save those right side tires as much as you can. So we're going to see how these drivers manage that tonight. Once again, we have, it looks around 27, 28 cars. It looks like 27. So the green flag's out. We are underway here at Las Vegas. Early on, Garrett Kinder does a nice job at maintaining that lead on the restart, but here comes Patrick Drabik from second, and he is storming to try to take that lead away from Garrett. Garrett's going to hold on to it at least down the front stretch, but into turn 1, Patrick looking strong here early, and Garrett sticking to it that he's going to try to save that tire up there on the outside. As we are side by side a lot throughout the field here early on this restart. There goes Drabik once again to the bottom. And Garrett's probably thinking to himself right now, the more that Patrick runs that bottom and battles, he's going to burn off those tires more. So he's probably enjoying seeing that, but he's going to eventually give up the lead. Is Patrick Drabik going to take that inside? And no, Garrett's going to fight back. He's laying back a little bit and then choosing the right time to fight. He's going to work back on that outside and take the lead back away. And I think that kind of shows just how much Garrett Kinder's trying to save those tires, but he just doesn't want to give up the lead. Train of cars back here from third on back as Joshua Sexton trying to make a move on Jeff Paisley and Jason, or no, not Jason, sorry. I thought that was Jason's color, but they're not. Side by side right now, though, is trying to tell Joshua Sexton and Mike Hornbeck for that 4th position. Joshua on the inside, just like Drabik's been trying to do for the lead, as you see once again up here, just trying to make that inside work. But these two are running away from the rest of the field as Jeff Paisley's up to the 3rd position with Joshua Sexton behind him. Behind those two, Charles Stevens making a pass on Mike Hornbeck. He's already up 2 spots from his starting position. Caution is out. Trying to find who that was on. but I am oh, Mike Veith in the pits. Mike Veith in the 9 Coors Light machine. Already some damage to the back end of that car, and then just gets loose out of 2 and big contact to that inside wall. And I have no doubt he probably had to get a tow to that car. That engine feels like it would be done. As no, it looks like he was able to crawl it back. But unfortunately, big damage to that car. And that is going to be some time spent on pit road for him, unfortunately, as we are 6 laps in, almost 7 now, coming down the front stretch here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Garrett Kinder and Patrick Drabik were really running away that first little run there. Jeff Paisley and Joshua Sexton did move their way all the way up to 3rd and 4th, but Kinder and Drabik were battling for that lead. Not only battling, but running away as well. So it's very early on here, obviously, but it's going to be interesting to see the battle between these 2 cars. And if that battle has cars added onto it, the more we go with likes of Jeff Paisley, Joshua Sexton. Then don't forget, we have Jason Warren and Zach Wilson, who had to start further in the back. Jason Warren back 3 spots from his initial starting position, so he's struggling a little bit. But Zach Wilson in the 19th spot, 7 positions up already. So Zach looking to make early moves here inside the top 20 now, and looking to make his way towards the top 15 when we go back green. So there's a lot of fast names throughout the field here tonight, front to back. So it's going to be an interesting one to watch tonight, as it's just too hard to tell right now who has the faster car. Obviously only 7 laps in, but you kind of question, can Jason Warren find his way through the field as the laps tick by? Struggled on that first restart, but now he knows what he has under himself. So we'll see on this next restart if he's able to get a nice jump and make up some positions like Zach Wilson's been able to do. And there's a couple of other people, Josh Lokenvents and Eric Santee, both up 6 positions from their starting spot at the beginning of this race. So some fast movers, but obviously none like Zach Wilson here early on. As we should get the one to go this time by, the lights on the pace car go off, and we're ready to go back racing here in the Xtreme Xfinity Series. Garrett Kinder, Patrick Drabik going to make up that front row behind them. Jeff Paisley and Joshua Sexton. Which line is going to get the better start? And that kind of dictates who in that second row is going to come out in front on that battle, at least. Not in case of the battle for the lead, but at least for the battle of 3rd or 2nd. If Jeff Paisley can get a nice restart behind Garrett Kinder, he can potentially move up and take that 2nd position away from Patrick Drabik. So Drabik on that outside definitely needs to get a good jump, or he could lose a spot here early on this restart. Pace car gets ready to jump down to pit road and get these guys back racing. There it goes. Garrett Kinder, the control car, can go whenever he wants. The green flag is out. Garrett Kinder going to get out in front of Drabik. Drabik going to get a good enough jump to stay ahead of Jeff Paisley. The top four remain the same. Charles Stevens able to maintain that 5th position, but here comes Logan Sturgeon for the top 5 spot as he's side by side with Charles Stevens on that high line. Or Mike Hornbeck, sorry. As, Jeff Paisley has an issue. And he is going to start falling back. Charles Stevens going to pass him. Logan Sturgeon maybe as well. As now he has to fight on that outside for that 6th position. He was in 3rd, and now he's going to lose up to 3 positions. Here comes Jamie Barkus as well. That outside line is able to get a better run off the turn, which is obviously prevailing for Jeff Paisley on that outside over Logan Sturgeon. Garrett Kinder still your leader. Patrick Drabik right on his back bumper. Joshua Sexton 3rd, Charles Stevens 4th, and Jeff Paisley keeping that top 5 position. And once again, Patrick Drabik work on that inside, as Garrett Kinder is going to keep using that outside to try to stay ahead of Patrick Drabik here in the lead. But the more these guys battle, here comes Joshua Sexton in the 051. So Drabik has to go now, because if he waits too long, he might even lose a position while battling to Joshua Sexton. But Garrett Kinder, he seems like he's letting up, and he's going to maybe give up the position. And then as soon as Patrick Drabik gets side by side with him, he battles back and maintains that lead. So he's being stubborn with that lead, and you can't blame him. If you can keep that top position, it's definitely something you want to do, and that's what he's doing here early on. But like I mentioned, that is starting to attract attention as Joshua Sexton starting to get close to this battle, along with Charles Stevens in the 88 right behind him. Jeff Paisley now in 5th, leading a pack of cars. Not all side by side, but a lot of racing going on here. Joey Buscemi on the low side of Mike Hornbeck. Also Tanner Marr racing Jamie Barkus back here. So a lot of racing going on back here, and almost 3 wide as Tanner Marr gets in that high line, and that's actually going to give up the position to the 53 of Scotty Stevens. But like we've seen before, and Tanner Marr's going to do it as well, he fights back on that outside, and it's going to work for now. That inside line definitely seems to be the preferred, at least inside to middle line, definitely seems to be the preferred line if you're not side by side. But the instant you're side by side, that outside line prevails with the run off of the corner, as Tanner Marr and Scotty Stevens have been side by side for laps on laps now, along with Joe Buscemi and Jamie Barkus in front of them, and nobody's able to really beat the other line, and they remain side by side lap after lap. And you start to see in the background there, here's Zach Wilson side by side with William Griffith. He's starting to work his way through the field, now up 11 positions inside that top 15 from the starting position for Zach. Keep an eye on the other driver we've mentioned here tonight, Jason Warren, making a move on Josh Lokenvins in that 19th position. Jason, he struggled early on. He was back to, I believe, 27th or so. Now up to the 19th position, and now working on the back bumper of Tyler Johnson. But man, it is just hectic up here. It has been hectic for a lot of laps now, and somehow these drivers are able to race this hard, and nobody knock on wood, has wrecked yet. As Jeff Paisley starting to fall back now. He was inside that top 3 not too long ago. Zach Wilson 3 wide as he forces Matt Geis, and it looked like Tanner Marr 3 wide. So big move there from Zach Wilson as he's also passing Jeff Paisley. But yeah, Jeff was inside that top 5, and now he has fallen back to 12th, and he's losing even more positions. Garrett Kinder still your leader, now an 8-10th lead over Patrick Jerbick. As Patrick has a couple of cars behind him, Charles Stevens, Joshua Sexton, but not right on the back bumper, so he can race with ease for now. But, yeah, Garrett Kinder, they were battling early, but he has started to pull away now, almost 1 second lead. So it seems like these drivers can definitely stick together for a long time before it really starts to spread out. As you see, Kinder really utilizing that middle line out of turn 4. We'll see what he does in 1 and 2, and no, we will not, as a caution is out. Trying to find where this wreck is, but everybody's blinking and stuff. On my screen anyways. iRacing just being a little glitchy with me. Their name keeps going light gray, so I'm thinking, oh, they went down pit road. Nope, they're just blinking on my screen. William Griffith is down pit road, and it looks like he has some rear damage to that car. We're going to see if maybe he was a part of the accident. Oh, yeah. That tail end of that car is definitely missing. Oh, Jesse Necula, a little bit of contact and big wreck. Mickey Isaac a part of it. And he blinks out on my screen. As we are seeing almost everybody pit. Not Garrett Kinder, though. Garrett Kinder. Oh, clicked something wrong. Garrett Kinder, Logan Sturgeon stay out, and Mike Uribe as well. But everybody else goes down pit road, and I think that's going to be it's going to prove to hurt these drivers that stayed out. These fresh tires, I definitely believe, are going to be crucial, and I got to believe that staying out was probably the wrong choice, but we'll figure out on this next restart. William Griffith, you see there behind these two leaders, wishes they pit because then he'd get the wave around, but he is not going to get lucky there. As it looks like these top two are going to stick with it and not pit. Mike Uribe is going to pit, though. And while we're under caution here, I will be right back with you guys. All right, we are back. Coming to lap 25 of 115. Lights are off in the pace car. These guys are going to get lined back up. And if you take a look, that front row, no new tires on those cars. And then from the second row on back, all 4 fresh tires on those cars. So I got to believe tires are going to make a difference, but we're going to see truly if they do on this restart. If they really do, we're going to see Charles Stevens and Tanner Marr kind of blow by these leaders, but we'll soon figure that out as they take the green flag once again. As Garrett Kinder once again the control car of the field as we are set to get back underway here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Logan Sturgeon on his outside. Behind him, Charles Stevens, the pace car's off. And so is Garrett Kinder. The green flag is out. Logan Sturgeon able to maintain that second position for now. He gets up to speed. And we're going to have to wait about a lap to see if these new tires really mean that much, as these tires start to build heat back up and they get up to speed here. Oh, they're fanning out 3 wide back there. Charles Stevens and Tanner Marr, 2 drivers, the front 2 of the new tires, battling it out right now, and that's allowing these front 2 of Garrett Kinder and Logan Sturgeon to maintain those top 2 positions. Here comes Jamie Barkas on the inside. Caution is out. Boy, everybody's names are just blinking here tonight. Magic Mike Aribe. All right, well, iRacing doesn't want to work with me here, so. Well, with that caution, Garrett Kinder, Logan Sturgeon, it works out for them so far. They're going to be able to keep those top 2 positions on that restart with another caution coming out here. Once again, we'll show you after we see if anybody pits. Logan Sturgeon will go down and pit and take tires. And Garrett Kinder now remains the only driver who has not pit yet. Tanner Marr going down to pit road. I'm a little surprised by that. All right. Once again, your schedule for the series. Next week we head to the Milwaukee Mile, and then Bristol Motor Speedway, Atlanta, Iowa, Dover, IRP, Gateway, Michigan, Indianapolis, Talladega, Charlotte, Homestead, Kansas, and then we end out the season at the Daytona Road Course. What a way to end the season, or the regular season anyways. That is going to be an interesting race to say the least, as these Xfinity cars at that Daytona Road Course are no no easy feat, really. And 35 laps, I can attest to, is a lot of laps to do at that road course. I've done a couple of A-Class this week at Daytona Road Course, 20-lap events, and it is not easy. So that 35 laps is going to be an endurance for these drivers, and it just so happens to be the cutoff or the end of the season. So people trying to make it into the playoffs, that's their last-ditch effort right there, and that's a tough track to do it. So still a while until we get there, months until we race at the Daytona Road Course, but when we do get there, going to be a tough one, but not as tough as that round of 8. But first, the round of 12, Dover, Kentucky, North Wilkesboro. And then we cut off 4 drivers. We go to 8, and then Darlington, Talladega, and Richmond. And then once again, we cut 4 more off for the Championship 4, August 13th at Phoenix for a 150-lap event to end out the season and to crown a champion. So looking forward to the playoffs that we have set. On the stream, we have something cooking up for the tickers so that you can tell who's in the playoffs and who's not. I'm excited about that. But again, a long way to go left in this regular season, so we're not going to skip too far ahead of ourselves. We're going to stay into the mindset of the regular season as we still have a long way to go, only the 3rd week into this season. Well, 31 now of 115 laps into the books when we go back around to collect the green flag. So a long way to go left for these drivers, and that means a long way to go to kind of collect themselves, get into a better rhythm, as we've had a couple of cautions here early. And really, these cautions are just because these cars stay so close together for so long on these restarts. They really just don't get separated. And so when you're racing side by side with people for a long time, that can really start to create a situation where you can wreck. So we'll see if they're able to collect themselves on this next restart. Once again, Garrett Kinder in the lead now with Charles Stevens in second, Jamie Barkas third, Zach Wilson up 22 spots from his starting position of 26th. He is now up to 4th in that second row in that blue and white TechWorks machine, and he is looking to try to get that lead as soon as he can. If you remember last week, he led a lot of that race and gave it up late, so you know he wants to get a payback of sorts and win tonight. Garrett Kinder off once again. The green flag is out. Charles Stevens, Jamie Barkas, Zach Wilson all kind of maintaining that top 4, with Scotty Stevens racing Joe Buscemi for the 5th position. Zach Wilson going to follow Jamie Barkas to that inside to try to make a pass on Charles Stevens on that outside. But the more we go on this run, the more that outside line is going to get the better run off, and you're not going to be able to make the pass. But Jamie Barkas almost able to do so, but not just yet. Charles Stevens does not allow him to be clear. Jamie Barkas uses that apron on the front stretch, which you are allowed to do, and that gets him out ahead of Charles Stevens along with Zach Wilson. And now they look to go past Garrett Kinder for the lead. Garrett Kinder, the only one left on the track with older tires, and that is going to prove fatal for him, at least on his opportunity to hold the lead. It seems like as he's on about 25 lap older tires than the rest of these drivers racing around him as they go side by side for the lead. Zach Wilson going to set himself up to try to pass Garrett Kinder, but he's got to be careful. Scotty Stevens right behind him. We might get 3 wide race in here. Zach Wilson to the middle, 3 wide down the back stretch. Jamie Barkas, Zach Wilson, Garrett Kinder down the back stretch as Garrett Kinder's going to fall to 3rd, and now Zach Wilson looks to use that outside to take the lead away from Jamie Barkas. These two still side by side, and I don't think it's going to be single file here for a little while. both of these drivers too competitive to give up the spot to another. And so both of them going to fight as hard as they can. Jamie Barkus really trying to make that inside work, but the further we go, the better that outside line gets. But you just see no give in that 69, and he almost clears for the lead. And while these two battle it out, Scotty Stevens introduces himself into this battle. Oh, Jamie Barkus gets loose into the turn, and I think that's all Zach Wilson needs. He takes the lead away, and here comes Scotty Stevens looking to the inside, now wrecking in the back. Josh Oswald. Garrett Kinder a part of it, I think. As somehow Oswald keeps it straight, but a lot of contact. We're gonna scoot this back and find out what happened here. Sorry about that. As we're back here, Josh Oswald wrecking in front of him, and then contact. And wow. Somehow saves it right in front of that orange vehicle. I couldn't tell what number that was, but fantastic save from Josh Oswald. The only bad thing is a lot of damage to that right side. Zach Wilson still in the lead. Scotty Stevens made the pass on Jamie Barkus, and now looking to try to get to Zach Wilson for the lead. And Garrett Kinder is falling back all the way to the 10th position after not taking tires yet. But you got to think on this next, if we have another caution, which there's always a chance we won't, but if we do, you got to guarantee he's going to go down to pit road this time. As Scotty Stevens is looking strong here on lap 38, coming to 39. He is trying to make a move for the lead, but we've seen that inside is tough to pass. And really, that outside just holds so well compared to that inside line. We saw Jamie Barkus get loose into the turn, and that's all Zach Wilson needed. So it's a little bit easier on that outside, and Scotty Stevens does not care. He's going to make a move into turn one. I actually can't tell what turn we're in. I wasn't looking. Yeah, turn 1 and 2. Scotty Stevens going to make a move for the lead, as just not able to do so. As Zach Wilson, you know he's going to stick to that outside, and he's going to make him earn it the hard way on the bottom line. Scotty dives deep. He's going to try to slide up in front of him, but not able to do so. Zach Wilson on the right rear quarter. Oh, that was close. We tried to see a dive bomb from Scotty Stevens, and I think we might see it again. He's going to slide up again, but just not enough room. He just needs a couple more inches to be clear of Zach Wilson, but not able to do so, and that's going to hurt those tires on Scotty Stevens. And I'm not sure if he has much momentum to try that again. Oh, man. Got to be careful here, Scotty. Almost contact with Zach Wilson for the lead. Got to be careful. You can't take yourself and the other driver out on lap 42 when it's a 115-lap race. So maybe we'll see Scotty maybe settle into the second position here now, as him and Zach Wilson almost made contact and almost spun both of those cars around, but Zach Wilson now has kept that lead. And here comes Jason Warren in the 4th position. At the beginning, after qualifying, I mentioned keep an eye on Jason Warren and Zach Wilson. Now, Zach Wilson in the lead, Jason Warren 4th right now. But those aren't the only big movers. We have Tia Swank up 20 positions. Matt Geis, who he's side-by-side with, is up 11 spots. Eric Santee up 21 positions in that 81. A lot of big movers here tonight so far. Yeah, let's go back to that battle for the 6th position. Matt Geist on that outside. Tia Swank on the inside behind him. Mike Hornbeck, he's going to go with the line that's working best, and that is the outside. Tia Swank is able to slide in, though, so he's going to be able to maintain that 7th position as Mike Hornbeck goes to the inside, trying to take that away. That outside line, you really just, you can pinch that guy on the inside down, and they have nowhere to go on exit. But that does risk you and them making contact. Speaking of contact, Tia Swank and Mike Hornbeck almost get together and wreck, but thankfully they do not. But yeah, that outside line is able to just kind of pinch that inside line down and not give them a good exit, and that kind of stumps their momentum off the turn. But Mike Hornbeck, a nice move. He's going to take 2 positions there, move up to 6th. As they're working on lap traffic now, it looks like. As Zach Wilson not really able to create much of a distance between himself and Scotty Stevens, but enough distance in between them that they're not battling and kind of hurting those tires. And one person who's hoping for a caution soon is Garrett Kinder, back in the 21st position. He started this run in the lead, so I mean that just shows how much those tires are important, as he's just about 25 to 26 lap older tires than everybody else in the field, and it's proving important as Mickey Isaac goes to make a pass on Garrett Kinder, and now it looks like Garrett will be the last car on the, nope, there's still cars in between them that are on the lead lap, never mind. Josh Oswald in 27th. Never mind. My stuff is glitching on me and blinking and all that, so iRacing likes to be like this sometimes, I guess. William Griffith, who had to use that quick repair to fix that car, it's serving him well. Now up to the 17th position, making a pass on Chuck Feltz. Or it was Jesse Necula, and Chuck Feltz follows him. Top 4 starting to get a little bit closer to each other as Jamie Barkus to the back bumper of Scotty Stevens. Scotty's most likely going to try to use what Zach Wilson used against him as Jamie Barkus goes to the bottom line. He's going to try to keep him pinched down on that inside line, give him no room really to exit. And if he does give him room, just get a good run off and don't give him that position, as he's going to do so. But I think Jamie Barkus is going to be able to take that position away, as he does before turn 1, actually. So Jamie Barkus to 2nd, Scotty Stevens back to 3rd, and here comes Jason Warren as well in that 4th position. Jamie Barkus to the inside of Zach Wilson. And Zach Wilson's going to hit the wall. Jamie Barkus to the lead, and damage to that right side for Zach Wilson. That's going to lose him 2 more positions at the least, as you see heavy damage to that right side of the 51. And he's going to have to wait until the next pit stop to fix that, whether it's under green or under caution. See how well he's able to fend off these other drivers. He only loses one position there, surprisingly, as he holds Jason Warren off, but hits that wall, and now Jamie Barkus now out to a 1 second lead over Scotty Stevens. So that's all Barkus needed was one mistake from Zach Wilson, and he's out in the lead and by a good amount now. Oh, I heard some contact behind us. They are side by side. Jason Warren to the outside, and he's going to look like it's going to make it work. Jason Warren going to move into that final podium position as Zach Wilson now filters out to 4th after making contact to the wall. Going to see if that further affects him, not only just to 4th, but with Tia Swank 2 seconds behind him. We're going to see if that affects him more than it already has. As we are approaching halfway here in this race. Everything's starting to spread out a little bit, but back here, Joshua Sexton, Joe Buscemi, Charles Stevens, and Jeff Paisley, all 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th currently. Jeff Paisley looking to the inside of Charles Stevens. Looks like Charles may be having an issue, I think. I'm not sure, but he might have a little bit of right side damage. Nope. Clean right side. Never mind. William Griffith just behind that group. Here comes Jason Warren for the second position now. Scotty Stevens is going to have to hold that bottom line, but it looks like Warren is not there yet. So Scotty Stevens going to maintain that second position. But while these guys are battling, Jamie Barkus almost a 2.5 second lead now over everyone else in this field. Jason Warren was given the outside, but was just not able to get there in time. He's going to dive to the bottom. That's going to be tough. It's just so hard to get the momentum on the bottom like the outside line does, as you're going to see Scotty Stevens going to battle back here. But, wow, Jason Warren gets a heck of a run, and he's going to take that second position away into 3 and 4. Oswald, you see down there, he's going to go down to pit road. Maybe some green flags. Pit stop starting to go on. Mickey Isaac, or no, not Mickey Isaac. Eric Santee and Josh Oswald down pit road. Also Mike Veith. As Warren finally makes the pass for second. I thought he had made it earlier, but I think Scotty Stevens is really just starting to fight back. He had made the pass into 3 and 4, but Scotty not giving it up with ease. He's going to make Warren absolutely have to fight for it. As Jamie Barkus now a 3.7 second lead. Jamie is setting quite the pace here tonight so far. As see Philip Manzo down pit road now, and we're starting to see a couple more people start to go down pit road. Well, I think this green flag run has come at the worst, literally quite the worst time for Garrett Kinder, as he had to go down and pit for tires. So he's now a lap down, but with 4 fresh tires. He chose not to pit those first 25 laps or so, and everyone else did, and he paid the price for it as we now get our long green flag run. And unfortunately for him, on older tires, that's going to cost him a lot of positions, as Jason Warren is down pit road. So not only the back half of the pack, but we're starting to see front runners now go down to pit road as Jason Warren scoots into his pit stall. He's going to get the right sides up and then get those left sides. So a nice pit stop for him. And when you see a guy up front like that pit, that kind of warrants everyone else to start to come in a little bit more. So we're going to see if Jamie Barkus and Scotty Stevens, Zach Wilson up here start to, eye that time when they want to go pit, as this will get them into the window for fuel. So, and also those tires have just shown a difference. So when will these front runners pit? Jamie Barkus goes past pit road. He will not. Scotty Stevens as well. So really, the only one up front willing to pit was Jason Warren. Tia Swank down pit road. As here comes Matt Geist to get a lap back with those fresher tires, I believe. Or no, he's just going to lap down, sorry. Garrett Kinder, though, he is starting to get closer to these leaders to try to get his lap back, as I believe he's only 1 lap down. Nope, he is 2. So he's going to need some help here in this race. He's 2 laps down. He's going to have to get 1 back, and then he'll need a caution to try to maybe get that wave around. So he's going to need some help, but it can always happen, so we'll see. Joe Buscemi, Joshua Sexton down pit road. Jeff Paisley. No, okay. Their names were showing light gray, but that's just because they're blinking on my screen. Never mind. They're not down pit road. As, yeah, maybe Matt Geist trying to get a lap back here on fresher tires. Usually as the leader, you just let these guys with fresher tires go by because you don't want to wreck yourself when you're in the lead and they have fresher tires than you. As Jeff Paisley does go down to pit road now. But our leader deciding to stay out here longer, along with a good amount of people. There goes Zach Wilson and Logan Sturgeon down to pit road, along with Mike Hornbeck. Brandon Wallace as well. No, he's still on track. Charlie Elmore down pit road as well. So we're starting to see a lot of people filter down to pit road. Jamie Barkus looks like he's just trying to put as many people a lap down as he can. It looks like the top 8 are the only, top 7 or 8. There are people blinking on my screen, have stayed out, and that puts 9th on down, down a lap at least. So trying to catch all these guys a lap down before a caution comes out. As Scotty Stevens and Josh Lokenvents go down pit road as well. And caution is out. And that is going to jumble this up, as a lot of these guys 1 lap down will be able to get their lap back, whether it's the lucky dog or the wave around. But man, that is going to jumble this field up. All those people who have to get their lap back are going to have to start at the end of the field. So Caution comes out, and wow, what timing that was. Tyler raced down pit road, so maybe he was the caution. We'll figure it out here. I don't know. iRacing likes to blink these people out, so we'll try to figure out what happened here, but he does hit the wall there, and then I think he blinks out, but yep. But we saw the early stages of that wreck at least. And so now your leaders will be able to go down pit road under caution here. And you'll see the lucky dog, and we'll see wave rounds eventually. All these people, they get to get a lap back. Looks like right now 15th on back, or 15th on up are on the lead lap currently. Yep. And Jeff Paisley, Joaquin Meza, Joe Buscemi, all those guys 1 lap down. We'll see if they are eligible for the waiver round. They should be, as everybody on the lead lap should have pit. But they are behind our leader here. So there's Garrett Kinder. I'm not sure if he got a lap back before that caution came out. We're about to find out. I think he is too. So yeah, Garrett Kinder gonna be 1 lap down now. So just needs 1 more caution to get that lucky dog. See if we get the 1 to green here. As everybody else going to go around that pace car. And that will leave Jimmy Barkus, Patrick Drabik, 2 teammates. William Griffith, Jesse Necula, Tanner Marr. Jesse Necula, Brandon Wallace, Tanner Marr, Mickey Isaac, Scotty Stevens, Zach Wilson, Eric Santee, your top 10. Or 11, I guess. My stuff is just blinking around all sorts. iRacing just messing with me tonight. But Tia Swank in 15th is the last car on the lead lap. I don't know. My stuff is just blech, messing with me tonight. Oh, the lights are not off on the pace car, I guess, so we're going to get one more lap around. Jamie Barkus was looking strong that last time around, that last run, so going to be interesting to see if he can do the same with this one. Now has his teammate beside him, so they can work together on this restart to maintain that 1-2. As the pace car pulls off, Jamie Barkus, Patrick Jubick, William Griffith, Jesse Necula, your top four. The green flag is out. And those two are going to maintain the top two, Jamie Barkus and Patrick Jubick, as Tanner Marr back there side by side with Brandon Wallace for that fifth position. Brandon not able to maintain that momentum on the inside. Tanner Marr going to use that outside to his advantage. And we have a car on the apron, but he's able to keep it straight. Really, the question here is, does anybody have anything for Jamie Barkus here tonight? As, like I mentioned, he ran away that last time around, but 47 laps to go, so still time for a bunch of drivers to try to make a move and find their cars to try to win this race. But right now it's looking like Jamie Barkus or Patrick Jubick have the cars to beat. Multiple times in this series, whether it was last season or this season, we've seen these two 1-2, and they kind of just run away with things as they work together. Not one doesn't really try to pass the other, and they push the leader and really work together. But we're going to see how well that works out tonight, as William Griffith behind him trying to unsettle him a little bit and tell him, hey, you can't be comfortable as teammates here. I'm trying to split this up and go win this race myself. So we'll see if William's able to do anything about these front two working together. Try to find some battles going on for y'all. William Griffith, Tanner Marr. Tanner Marr starting to look strong here later in this race. He's looking to the inside of William Griffith, but we've seen that inside can be tough. So we're going to see if that 08 car can make it happen. And Mickey Isaac looking to take advantage of that as well. Right behind him, Tanner Marr going to slide up. That's going to kill some of his momentum. William Griffith back to the outside, but Tanner Marr able to fend him off in that top three, that podium position. But you know he's not going to want to settle for that podium spot, that last podium spot. He wants to go for that winning spot with Jamie Barkus in the lead as Mickey Isaac touches the wall. Again, we're just waiting. Can a car come up here and split these two up? because they've been working well together. They always have. So if you can split them up and they can't work together to fend everybody else off, that's when maybe you can try to pass them. But as long as they're together, it can be hard to pass both at once, as they'll try to keep you from passing either one of them. So it'll be a tough feat, but Tanner Marr looking like maybe he has a car to do it. Zach Wilson, who's leading earlier, he's in the 9th position right now. He was caught a lap down after he pit under green, so he's just trying to work his way back up currently, like I said, in that 9th position. Jason Warren, who was also caught a lap down after he pit, he was one of the earlier pitters up front. He's currently 14th, so after getting caught a lap down, they're struggling a little bit further in the back of the pack, or middle of the pack. As here's Zach Wilson trying to make a pass on Joey Buscemi, but I think he is a lap down. Yeah, Joey Buscemi a lap down right now. And Jason Warren in front of Josh Oswald, but Josh is just the same. He's a lap down. I think he's 2, actually. Jamie's starting to pull away even from his teammate, so that car that we saw in that last run is starting to show itself once again as he is starting to run away little by little as the laps tick by. 30 laps to go. I apologize. For some reason I read that as 125 laps to go, or 125 lap race, as the caution is out, and that is going to help at least one lap car get that lucky dog spot. Just have to find out who it is. Joaquin Meza, I think, is in the position to get it. So we'll see if Joaquin gets that lucky dog this next time around. As, yeah, we're now under 30 laps to go. As now we're going to see pit stops. Everybody on this lead lap should be coming down to get some 4 fresh tires. And if that happens, all these drivers can get this wave around, and that means they can't pit and get tires, but they can at least get a lap back. As Joaquin Meza does go get that lucky dog, it looks like. There you see Joaquin in that green and gray car, gonna go around the circuit and get that lap back, and he will be on the lead lap. And then we're gonna see, actually we had people stay out, so no wave around for any of these drivers that tried to get one. As you see Jeff Paisley back there trying to get that one of his laps back, if not both. Yeah, I think he's only 1 lap down, but he won't be able to unless Brandon Wallace and Jesse Necula pit here. He'll definitely be a happy man if both of them turn those cars to the left and go down pit road. Brandon Wallace and Jesse Necula decide to stay out. So Jeff Paisley, who's actually going down to pit road now since he's not going to get that lap back, going to have to depend on that lucky dog. And with Joaquin Meza going around and getting that lucky dog, he'll be fighting Joshua Sexton and Josh Oakenvents and Josh Oswald, I believe, for that lucky dog spot, along with Garrett Kinder, Chuck Feltz, Tyler Johnson, Eric Santee. So a lot of people 1 lap down along Joey Buscemi, and a lot of people that are going to be racing for that one lucky dog spot. So that's the tricky thing, is you want those cautions to get that lucky dog, but when you have like 7 people on the same lap as you, you have to race all 7 for that spot, and that can be tough. We mentioned earlier about, and I think Zach Wilson, Logan Sturgeon, Mike, we had a good amount of people stay out, more than I thought, actually. Let's pull this up because I wasn't paying full attention, I guess, to who stayed out. Now, that can't be right because Jamie Barkus and them just pit. So, yeah, we're going to see how this works out for these guys that stayed out. Logan Sturgeon, it is showing 89 laps. I don't think he's been out that entire time, but if so, wow. But I think our racing live time is just being a little glitchy tonight. As we're getting down to the end of this race, 25 laps to go, and we go back to green flag racing here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the Sin City 175 here in the Xtreme Xfinity Series. Pace car is eventually going to pull off. Brandon Wallace, who stayed out, along with Jesse Nekula, Zach Wilson right behind him. See how these older tires do with 25 laps to go. Brandon Wallace going to control the field here. The green flag is out. Great jump from him. Catches Jesse Nekula off guard. And that's going to help Zach Wilson get on that inside into the second position. Along with Logan Sturgeon. Going to pass Jesse for that third spot. Maybe not just yet. As Zach Wilson to the lead as they're wrecking on the backstretch. And Brandon Wallace starting to fall back on that high side. As, like I said, Zach Wilson takes the lead away. And here comes Logan Sturgeon for that second position. Watch out for Jamie Barkus, who just pit on those 4 fresh tires in the 4th position. He has 3 spots to gain here to get back that lead. But if anyone can do it, it's definitely him on those 4 fresh tires compared to these older tires. He has been fast all night long on that long run, but we're going to need to see the short run speed here. As he's just stuck behind these 2 side by side, Sturgeon and Nekula. One not able to edge out the other, and we might see some 3-wide racing. Barkus not going to do it. He's just going to push Logan Sturgeon to that second position if he can, just so he can try to make a pass on one of them at least. And that works out successfully, along with Patrick Drabik behind him. So he pushes Logan Sturgeon to the second position, and now he's going to try to take that second position away from him. Down to the inside. Plan executed almost perfectly for Barkus. Contact with Sturgeon. He's got to keep that car under him. Cannot wreck right now. It is too late in the race to fight back if he does. While these guys battle, Zach Wilson staying out ahead, but there eventually Jamie Barkus is finally able to just beat Logan Sturgeon out of the turn and going to pass him for that second position. His teammate right behind him. And now, Jamie sets his eyes on first place, Zach Wilson. Well, I guess my mic was muted there, and I didn't know it, so I apologize about that. Don't know how long it was muted, but it was probably, unfortunately, a longer time than I want to admit. But Tanner Marr to the second position over Patrick Drabik. I was just mentioning, if my mic was muted when I was saying it, again, sorry. Drabik wanted to hold off Tanner as long as he could to help his teammate out, but Tanner Marr makes pretty quick work of Patrick and now sets his eyes on our leader, Jamie Barkus, but that is 1.5 seconds ahead of him that he's looking at right now. So that is a tough feat for Tanner Marr here, but if he's able to somehow make up a 1.5 seconds in 12 laps, he will definitely deserve tonight's win. But Jamie Barkus just looking really strong right now and has looked strong all night. All right, Tanner Marr again in that second position. Here comes Jason Warren storming after Patrick Drabik, trying to get that last podium position. Drabik looks to the outside. Jason Warren to the inside into 3 and 4. Warren going to try to use that inside to his advantage. We're going to see how well he executes. Probably going to use that apron. I'm surprised he's not. But on the front stretch, looks like he's going to be able to clear him into turn 1. Jason Warren to that third position. Started this race 21st. So if he can at least finish on the podium, I think that'll be a great night for him. But still 10 laps to go. We can try to catch Tanner Marr for that second position. And who knows, maybe a caution comes out and this race will get wild if that happens. Right now, nobody is challenging Jamie Barkus. 2.5 seconds almost ahead of Tanner Marr. And Jason Warren gets loose back there. I thought he might spin himself out. Thankfully, keeps that car under himself. As here comes William Griffith to try to pass Drabik for that fourth position. So Drabik starting to fall back as these tires grow older. Thought we might see a little contact between Griffith and Drabik, as Griffith getting a little impatient here, wants to make this pass, and he has Tia Swank right behind him thinking the same thing. Oh, Tia Swank almost makes contact with William Griffith, and if Jamie Barkus could see this battle going on right now, he would say, no, don't battle like this. I do not need a caution right now. As here goes William Griffith using the outside. Don't hit the wall. He touches the wall. I thought he might. He exited pretty high there, but somehow, even after hitting the wall, he's able to keep that spot over Patrick Drabik for the fourth position. And now he himself wants to look and try to get that podium finish. Speaking of podium, Jason Warren and Tanner Marr about to start battling it out for that second place. More of these guys battle, the further away Jamie Barkus gets. So Jamie has this race in hand, just doesn't need a caution right now. That's all. As Jason Warren trying to get that second position from Tanner Marr, but Tanner doing everything he can to fight him off. But Jason Warren here late in this run looking strong, and I really think Warren might have something for Jamie Barkus if we can get a caution, but just not looking like it's going to happen for Warren here tonight. But he can still salvage a great finish. Like I mentioned, started 21st. So if he can get a second or third place finish, that'll definitely be a fantastic race. Oh, great run for Jason Warren down to the inside, going into 3 and 4. He's going to make the move for that second position, but he doesn't go in very strong. Oh, I heard some tires behind him screeching. Not sure if there was a wreck. Maybe I was just hearing things. 3 laps to go here tonight in the Sin City 175. Jason Warren, strong move to take second away, but without a caution, no time left to catch Jamie Barkus. 3.2 seconds ahead of second place now. Jason Warren coming around to collect the 2 laps to go, and then 1 more around to collect that white flag. If he can get that white flag, we will guaranteed not have a green-white checkered, but this is going to be an extremely long lap for Jamie Barkus. Tanner Marr looks like he's fighting back for that second position. But here comes Jamie Barkus down the front stretch, going to collect the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He won last week. Looking to make it 2 in a row to start off. Out of 3 races to start off the season, he is making an impact in this series. Through 3 and 4 for the last time. Jamie Barkus, around halfway through the race, took that lead and never looked back. Him and his teammate worked together, but he's the one who pulls out the win. Jamie Barkus wins at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Jason Warren second. Tanner Marr comes home third. Looks like maybe Barkus just going to keep that car clean. I thought he might do some burnouts. Maybe he's waiting for cars to go around before he does them. There he goes. All right. Well, I'd go get Jamie, but I don't see him in anything. Try to get him in here. Oh, there he is. All right. While I was messaging him, he did it. So,
If it's going to be like this tonight. Oop.
hey, Jamie, Zach in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
So, man, a strong way to start off the season. You win last week at the Rockingham, and then you win this week at Las Vegas. How you able to start off the season so strong?
Well, I think they front-loaded the schedule for me with these tracks where you got to take care of the tires. Plus, I'm having to dig out of a hole that I dug in at iRacing Speedway. So it's been a good run. So I'll definitely take it. I'm going to enjoy it because these don't come all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw that outside line kind of be the preferred line when you're in a race on even tires. Was that really the case?
Yeah, I mean, early on, I lost a couple positions to people going around me on the outside. Now, granted, I was taking care of the tires. I wasn't really pushing the car, so I had no problem with letting people go. But definitely, there was some guys that were able to use that higher line and make up some good time.
All right, man. Well, fantastic win. You got any shout-outs, sponsors?
Oh, yeah. Once again, we got to thank G2G Trailers out of Indianapolis for being on board with us. Also want to give a shout out to our graphic designer, Travis Lee Creative, and makes these Jam Cook Racing Mustangs and Camaros look good. And appreciate you guys up in the booth. Last week was a fantastic race to rewatch.
All right, man. Well, again, great win tonight, and good luck out there next week trying to make it 3 in a row.
All right. Thanks, Zach.
All right. We'll move on to second place, Jason Warren. Strong race from him tonight. Hey, Jason, Zach in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, Jason, Zach in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Strong race from you tonight. Up 19 positions from starting 21st. So you obviously had to work through some traffic tonight. Take us through it.
Well, it's actually up about 29 positions, considering I took the EOL to start the race, Mr. Wetstein.
Oh, I didn't. I noticed you were back in like 27th or 28th, but I was wondering what that was about.
I actually thought that the races, I forgot that the Xfinity started an hour earlier, so I got on at like 7:35 to get some practice in. And it turns out I didn't really get any practice in, and I wasn't very confident, and I didn't want to ruin somebody else's race. So as you can see, I hit the wall in qualifying, so I got an EOL, or I decided to tell Logan to give me an EOL, so I decided I'd try to figure the track out during the course of the race. Anyways.
Well, I guess you figured it out, finishing second. How were you able to figure out the track as the race went on?
Basically, it's managing tires, throttle control, patience. Nope, I don't think anyone really probably had anything for Barkas. I was behind him there for a little bit, and then I don't know if he's just managing tires really well, and he's gone. He's a rocket ship tonight. It's a good win for him.
All right, man. You got any shout-out sponsors?
Yeah, I'd like to thank ZR9 Race Shop, Curtis Richley, Engineering CGE, Warrant Utility Buildings, my wonderful fiance for watching my broadcast, me and my biggest cheerleader, you for doing a great broadcast. Thank Logan for giving me a few tips on this track before we started, because I really didn't know what to do or anything. And that's about it, my man.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the second place finish tonight. Strong race. Looking forward to seeing you next week. All right. And finally, third place, Tanner Marr. Let's try to find him. There he is. Hey, Tanner, Zach in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, Zach. I got you, buddy.
Hey, man, you started 12th. A lot of big movers here in tonight's race, and it wasn't a huge. You moved up 9 spots though, and you were able to finish third. Take us through it.
My goal coming into these Xfinity races is a lot different than our super late model races you cover and stuff like that. Usually, the super late model races, it's just 125 lap short track. You got to just be pretty much pushing the whole time. But tonight, I just wanted to be quiet, keep my nose clean. Got doored a couple times. I don't know. I mean, I know drivers think it was my fault, and then another driver thinks it's not. Other than that, I mean, oh well. Just try to be quiet, and then found myself running up towards the front as the laps started winding down, and somehow finished in third. I'm really not sure. Xfinity cars are not my strong suit. I'm more of a short track guy, but definitely take a third place finish tonight.
Yeah, we came down to 25 laps to go with our last restart, and some people decided to stay out, no tires, and obviously guys like you, Jamie Barkus, pit to get tires. Did you think that the people who didn't pit had a chance at all to maintain those spots?
If it wasn't for me having 3 teammates in that race, I was staying out. And luckily, they talked me off that cliff because I don't know. In my head, I was thinking, well, if we get a caution around lap 100, and they'll put about 10 laps on their tires. If for the ones that pitted, I thought maybe it'd pay off. But thankfully, they said, no, just go ahead and pit and lay your bed or make your bed, just lay in it, and then see what happens. And luckily, the caution never fell at the end of the race, and it just all worked out.
Awesome, man. So you got any sponsor shout-outs you want to throw out there?
Absolutely, Zach. So I finished third last night. Discord crashed on me, so I didn't get to come in here and speak with you and thank the sponsors. So first, got to send a huge shout out to MF Racing Designs, Michael Falk. You can like him on Facebook. He does paint schemes and whatnot for all of Five Kings Motorsports, but he also does like logos, anything graphical, basically. Rocket Racing Setups, they just came on board this week. You can use promo code 5Kings. I think it gets you 10% off. So, decent deal. They do oval sets for asphalt and dirt, but they also have some road course sets on there too. And then thebuttkicker.com. I mean, just signed them 2 weeks ago. You can use promo code 5Kings and get yourself 20% off there. So, and 5Kings Motorsports. I mean, we started out as buddies, and we're slowly but surely just building an empire up over here, and it's pretty cool to be a part of. I'm just thankful to be a part of it, and thankful to finish third tonight, and glad you brought it to the viewers tonight, Zach. And overall, just happy to finish third.
All right, man. Well, congrats on that third place finish. Looking forward to seeing you next week on track and multiple series.
Well, here's Zach. Thank you, buddy.
Yep. All right. That is your top 3. We'll go over the results for tonight. Jamie Barkus, once again, your race winner. Jason Warren, second. Tanner Marr, third. Fourth is... Oh, sorry, I was looking at something else. Fourth, William Griffith. Patrick Drabik, fifth. Tia Swank, sixth. Mike Hornbeck, seventh. Eric Santee, eighth. Ninth, Zach Wilson. 10th, Jesse Necula. And we'll just scroll through the rest of the top 10 here. We got a lot of drivers here tonight. I'll give you a second to look there. A lot of drivers in tonight's race, around 30, and the most that, they've actually 32. Dave Jones finishes 62 laps down, so that's obviously a lot of laps, but for the most part, a lot of drivers here tonight, and most of them finished within a couple of laps of the lead lap cars, if not on the lead lap. So fun race, another fun race here in the Xtreme Xfinity Series. We've really had 3 great races to start off this second season in these Xfinity cars, and once again, next week we head to Milwaukee, so another fun track, tough track for these drivers. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night, Bristol Motor Speedway, for the Saturday night Syndicate Cup Series here in the Original Rebels Racing League. I'll have a flyer for you guys tomorrow. I forgot to put it in today, but make sure to tune in tomorrow to see that. And, yeah, thank you for tuning in tonight. Zach Wetstein from the booth here at Las Vegas Motor